Hey everyone, it's Quarantiki Tuesday. We're going to talk a little bit about classic rum cocktails and rum in general. So we are going to be featuring one recipe today. We're going to do the Mai Tai. We are going to be using all these ingredients right here, and we will dig into those in just a minute. Wanted to chat with you all about rum in general. I think folks that are not in the industry have some preconceived notions about what tiki is and what rum is. Rum's an amazing category with some of my favorite spirits around, and the flavors vary quite largely from fresh cane rums from the island of Martinique to funky pot still rums from Jamaica. So while we're going to be working with these guys for the cocktail today, I want to reference some other rums just as far as sipping rums. If you are a bourbon drinker, a whiskey drinker of any kind, consider some rums if you guys haven't dug into these yet. Something like Hamden Estate from Jamaica, Clement from Martinique, a fantastic blend right here from Denison. These are things that a whiskey drinker can definitely get into, and it's just a whole maze of flavor that you can get into. Just beware with like all other spirits categories, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. So ask some questions, do a little bit of research, but there are some amazing rums out there. Some for cocktails and some for cocktails as well as sipping by themselves. Both of the two rums we're going to use today, I love drinking just by themselves, but they work fantastically in a classic Mai Tai. So digging into the Mai Tai, so classic cocktail created by Trader Vic in the 1940s. So a lot of preconceptions about what Mai Tai is, and when you're hearing Mai Tai, there's no grenadine in a Mai Tai. There is no pineapple, there's no banana in a Mai Tai. This is a very well-balanced cocktail the way it was initially created. And classic tiki is not like the boat drinks that kind of came up in the 70s and 80s, the overly sugary drinks that some associate with tiki. Unfortunately, that's kind of what it became for a little while, but classic tiki is actually very well rounded and does not err on the sweet side. And when we're talking about sweet, sure, rum comes from molasses. That does not necessarily make it sweet. Some rums will add sugar to it. That's what makes it sweet. But if you don't add sugar, like a lot of these rums here, not added sugar, great. They're dry on the finish, great for sipping. So let's dig into the Mai Tai right here. So two different rums. So we are going to start with Hamden Estate. So this is a rum that just came into the state of Georgia. Fantastic, world-renowned distillery, Hamden Estate and Jamaica. We're going to do 1 ounce of Hamden Estate's 92 proof to begin the cocktail. And then we will also do 1 ounce of Clement select barrel rum right here, so aged rum from the island of Martinique, fresh cane, not molasses based. I'm going to do 1 ounce of that. Then we are also going to do 1/2 ounce of an orange liqueur. So I like using Clement's orange liqueur. It's rum based. So think something like Grand Marnier, which is cognac based. This is going to be rum based, and there's a little bit of spice added to it. A lot less sugar than something like that, but it's definitely great in the cocktail component right here. So 1/2 ounce of an orange liqueur. And we are also going to do 1/2 ounce of something called orgeat, spelled O-R-G-E-A-T. It's basically an almond syrup. So several different brands make them. We're using Fee Brothers today. Giffard makes one, B.G. Reynolds makes one, Small Hand Foods makes one. We're going to do 1/2 ounce of this, but it's an almond syrup, essentially, non-alcoholic. So kind of a little bit of a nutty flavor to it in there. And then we are going to back all that up with fresh lime juice. So we're going to do 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice in here. Again, I recommend fresh squeezed if you can do it. If you can't, Santa Cruz, organic, not from concentrate, 3/4 ounce. And So from here we're going to add our ice. And we're going to shake it. So we're going to strain that. If you guys have a strainer and shaker, ideally. If not, you can use a tea strainer. You can use a colander, anything that gets the job done if you don't have professional bartending tools. Keeping all the ice crystals out of there, prevent extra dilution. There, and again, we are going to want to add fresh ice that you did not use for shaking. You want to keep your drink nice and cold. If you have crushed ice, use crushed ice. Fresh ice on here too. Garnish that with a lime wheel. And you have a traditional Mai Tai. This is a delicious cocktail, great all year round, not too sweet, well balanced, full flavor. And rum, again, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of tiki. Hit up some awesome local tiki bars in Atlanta, SOS in Decatur. Whenever all this ends and restaurants reopen, hit SOS up. Tiki Tango's great in Midtown. There's some great tiki spots around town that are doing it right. But again, enjoy rum, enjoy tiki, and enjoy your Mai Tai at home. Cheers.